Hey, Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. Well, welcome to our New Year broadcast. We had a little technical challenge, so we're just a few minutes late. But I hope you guys are here and joining us tonight. We are so excited to be here with you. We've got Lady Angela with us and Lord Tony. You guys want to say hi to everybody?
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Yay. Well, here we are. I tell you, I am so excited. I'm ready for a new year. I don't know about y'all, but I am ready for a new year. I was the other day, looking at the calendar and I thought, wow, this has been a pretty intense year. Not a bad year, but it's had its challenges. And I feel like I'm ready for a new year. Do you guys feel like that? Do you ever feel like you're ready for the new year?
I know I do. Have you seen the big full moon out there right now? What a wonderful way to bring in the new year.
It's amazing. I was just looking at the Witch's Almanac. Where did I put it here? I've got it here somewhere. But the moon, tomorrow night's the actual full moon. Tonight's the full moon, but tomorrow's the day that's listed on the almanac. And you know what they call the moon? It's really interesting. They call it the wolf moon tomorrow.
Oh.
Here, I'll show you the picture. Those of you guys watching, this is from, I'm not being endorsed by them, but the Witch's Almanac. It's a great publication. I get it every year. And there's the moon on January 1st, the wolf moon. Isn't that great?
Nice.
And it says we'll be in the sign of Cancer. And you know, Lady Angela and Lord Tony, that the sign of Cancer is a very psychic sign, isn't it?
Oh, very much so. Ruled by the moon.
Absolutely. So, for those of you watching, you want to be, working on your psychic development, you can't have a better time. We've got triple power. We've got the moon in Cancer. We've got New Year's energy, a lot of blessings and magic. And, it's just a wonderful time. And it's the power of the Great Mother. So, power is abundant right now. And I think this is a great time. All of us tonight, before we go to bed, we should definitely, make our wishes, set our intentions, put it out to the universe. Don't you think so, Lady Angela?
Absolutely. I was out there talking to her earlier tonight. By her, I mean the moon. I was telling her, thank you, lady, for being so bright and ushering in our New Year's tonight.
Well, I went outside to look at the moon. I about froze to death. I'm all wrapped up in my robe tonight, I was going out to do a ritual, and I thought, I think I'm going to come in. It's a little cold.
How have you been, Tony?
Where you are. Tony, can you hear us? I can't hear Tony. Your sound's going out. Come closer to your mic.
No, I can hear you. I just didn't know who was going to be talking first.
Oh.
No, we want to find out if you're freezing like we are.
It's about 55 degrees in my basement where I'm at right now, and 9 degrees below zero outside. So I'm not going outside at it. I'm not going to look.
Oh my God. Well, if I was that cold, I'd be dead. So, I'm a Southern boy. And Angela, you're kind of Southern yourself, aren't you?
Well, I'm from the South. Yeah, I'm from the desert, but right now I'm in Colorado and it gets cold here. We got snow on the ground. I was trying to barbecue some chicken out there with the barbecue sitting in the middle of the snow. And I thought, this is kind of weird,
I believe it. Well, here we are. And I'm so excited about New Year. I have to tell you, I've been getting such wonderful presents. We just had Yule, and I got to show the Tubies here a wonderful present I got. We're going to do a whole video on this next week. But somebody special, Lady Angela, made me a beautiful present. It's kind of hard to see with the glare. A beautiful book of shadows. And I'm going to talk all about that. But I've been so excited. And, for those of you who are just starting in on the craft, you might want to call Lady Angela. She can custom make these books of shadows. How big is this one? How many pages is this one?
That one's about 200 or so pages. That's about the medium-sized one I make. I make one that's twice as thick as that and one that's a bit thinner than that. And I'll custom make them however people need, like I did for you, Bob. Your book is custom and one of a kind. I selected specific pages just for you in it. And I could do that for anybody and really make it an heirloom item and an item specific to them like it should be.
Well, I really love it. And you know, what a wonderful Yule gift. And now that I'm starting the new year, I'm going to be doing twice as much magic. Because she put in
I
pages
was
here
so
where I can
excited to make it for you.
well, I love it. And I'm going to be adding my own spells. I would say between you and Tony, I'm set. You know, last time I showed you guys, Tony gave me an amazing wand earlier this year. And so now I've got a new wand and I got a new book of shadows. So Psychic Bob is set. You know, I got the mojo going.
I adorned it with plenty of pinnacles because I know how much you're just wild about pinnacles.
Oh, I'm crazy.
That one was just very, very special, and I enjoyed making it. I enjoy making them all for people, you know, because I know it's something very sacred to them, and it means a lot. You know, its worth is it's immeasurable, but it's massive. You know, and it was so much fun to make that and be a part of your craft.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. You know, we've had so many. Oh, you know, I can't see the chat room. You have the chat room going, Lady Angela?
Yeah, I have it here.
Okay, who's all with us tonight? We'll give some
Oh,
shout.
people want you to list like a post office address if you have one, Bob, in your comments for now on because they like to send love mail. They're saying.
Oh,
But
God
they'd
bless you.
love to send you some treats.
Well, I have to put that in there. I got to open up the chat here in a minute. But if you guys have a pen, you want to take it down, I'll give you my address. You can write to me. And what you do is you send it to Bob Hickman, Hickman, and send it to, this is my address, 500 Montgomery Street. And that's spelled Montgomery Street, Street. And then it's Suite 400. Now you have to put the suite on because it's in an office building where I get all my mail. If you don't put the suite on, they'll send the package or letter back. 100, and that's Alexandria, Virginia, Alexandria, Virginia, VA, and the zip is 22303.
I typed it in the comments for them.
Wonderful. Thank you, Lady Angela. But yeah, I love to hear from people, you know. So many of you have been having private readings with me this year. And I have to say thank you. Thank you to all of you who have been coming out, taking the time to contact me. I've enjoyed reading for you. It sounds like from those of you I've read for that the readings have been very helpful. And, you know, speaking of readings, we're going to do some readings here in just a little while, some annual predictions. And, you know, I know a lot of people told me they might be a few minutes late tonight, so we're going to wait just a little longer. But, you know, tonight, if you're tuning in, you're saying, I thought we were getting annual predictions. Yes, we are doing that tonight. Yep. So I'm very excited.
I have some show and tell stuff. Well, first of all, I'm wearing this awesome shirt. I got this a couple Christmases back from a sister of the Purple Court. I love it. It says, be the witch you were born to be, magic, happy, wild, and free. And I just love it. And it's purple, and I love it. So this is one thing I'm wearing. But I got the best Yule gift recently from Cat Girl, which is a Purple Cord sister. I've been friends with her for a long time, even before we had Purple Cord. Me and her were friends online. Her name is Lisa. She's out of New York. And she sends me the greatest gifts. Well, she sent me a surprise gift, and I got to share it with you. She makes me the best bottles. She gets bottles, and she puts decals on them and sends them. I think I showed you some of those, Bob, even. But here's the one I got this year. It's a beautiful green bottle, and she put a triple moon on it.
Oh, beautiful.
And I love it. I mean, what a surprise. I thought maybe to glue a silver pinnacle there, but I'm crazy about that. But that wasn't all. She treats me with special incenses. This one is by the company Him, which is a great incense company, and the flavor is called Goddess.
Oh.
And it smells wonderful. And another one by Him, same company, and it's called Pagan Magic.
Oh.
And it smells good. But that's not all. She found in an antique shop this little wooden box. It's kind of like a little recipe box. And she put one of the decals on there for me. And inside, a stick of Palo Santo wood, which is very, very high vibrational. It repels negativity. It draws blessings. It's very powerful against any kind of negative or malicious entities. It keeps them away. It's very powerful wood. A hunk of that and a beautiful card. Some more incense. What is this one? Fresh rose, Nag Champa flavor, fresh rose. And she sent me some more of the little decals and instructions on how to hook them on stuff. What a wonderful gift.
I
Thank
love
you,
it.
Lisa.
Oh, do you know what? I just found a way to open the chat. There's a button on the left that opens the chat.
In the Hangout screen?
Yeah. I don't know if it says group chat.
Bob, we see the light bulb on over your head. It just came out.
Which light bulb?
When you have a smart idea and the light bulb comes on.
Oh, wait,
and then you went looking for it and that killed it.
Well, it must be an internal chat. I think I have to open the other window to get chat.
Oh.
Anyways, I'm going to get the chat open in a minute here. But, you know, I'm just so thankful that we're here. You know, this last year has been a wonderful year of growth. And my channel's had a lot of growth. And Lady Angela's and Lord Toast, we've all experienced a lot of growth this year. And I want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you who encouraged all of us to keep our work going. The Order of the Purple Cord is growing and expanding little by little. And, you know, 2018, we're going to have a lot more fun stuff for everybody. So definitely keep it here.
You know, Bob, I've got a little list here I've compiled because I had some wonderful questions for your predictions. Here in a minute, I'm sure that we'll get to them, but I have them written down here, and it's some really exciting stuff that I just know everybody is really going to enjoy, and it's really going to help you out for this new year.
All right. Well, we're definitely going to get to those questions. And, you know, if we have a little time, I might even field some questions for people in the chat room, too, for their own 2018. So, you know, definitely keep it here because we got a lot happening tonight. Lord Tony, do you have any big plans for 2018 that are magical? Are you planning on developing any new wands or creating anything like new altars or anything?
Oh, yeah, that's probably a good question. Yeah, I'll probably be building a lot more stuff when I have time to do it. It's too cold for me to build anything right now. Basement's cold. I have nowhere else to work with it. I did finish working on a night vision / ghost hunting camera.
Ooh.
That working good. So.
You made it?
Excuse me?
Did you make it, the camera, or you got it?
I compiled pieces together and made it work.
Wow.
Oh, that's amazing.
I know.
Picked up all sorts of cool stuff in my basement. Again.
We're going to come and raid Tony's basement and find all his treasures.
That'd be so cool.
You should. You should. Do a seance here in my basement.
What's that?
Do a seance here in my basement and have
I would love
these spirits come
That'd be
circling.
awesome.
Oh my God. And you could film it. Think of all the stuff we get, you know?
Right?
I've had one EVP when I've asked how many spirits I have with me, and it yelled up 50.
50 spirits. Oh my.
Wow.
It could be a fun time here.
I love it. You know, EVPs are fascinating spiritual evidence, aren't they?
Oh, they are, especially when you get answers to your questions.
Well, see, this is what I think validates. You know, sometimes people criticize those of us in the paranormal field, and they'll say, oh, you know, that's not real. But they'll say it's just a random vibration that's picked up by a mic. But really, you know, if you study the EVP phenomena, there's a direct logical exchange that occurs between the spirits and those speaking with them. And it can be proven, you know?
Oh, yeah, especially when I've gotten them where I've asked who am I talking to? Or I said something like, I thought we were going to be talking, and a voice will come through and says, you are. And I said, well, who just said you are? And he said, Casper. And of course, you know where this is going. Right, who's Casper? Then you hear the friendly, and then it cuts off before I got a chance to hear the rest of it. But
That's cool. I find the spirit world.
All I could think of is that I have a smart ass in the house, and I don't know where they are.
I find the spirit world has a sense of humor at times, just like that. Sometimes they're pretty quick with it.
Oh, I think I've got my chat going here. So, anyways, yay. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to get all my screens aligned. You know how like you can't see stuff because stuff overlaps on stuff?
Yep.
Anyways, I'm working on it. So I'm just excited that everybody's here tonight. And I see some faces in the chat. We got Isis is here. Joanna B's here. Mr. 72368's here. Investigative journalist is here. Yay, we got a nice turnout. This is wonderful.
Don Chance is here. Yep. Maria Zarate is here.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Amy is here.
I love it. Yeah, there's Amy. All right. Mina Laurie's here. Hi, Mina. Good to see you. Parsnip Burger's here. Carol's here. Hey, Carol. I see. So she said hi, Laura.
Crystal Keeper. Mm-hmm.
Maria Zarate. Oh, we got a great turn. I'm so glad you guys are here. Well, you know, Lady Angela, I know you're getting impatient. I can see you twitching in your chair.
I really am.
We need some questions here. So I think we're going to have some questions. A lot of you guys have been saying, what's going on with 2018? So you want to ask me a little bit about that, Lady Angela?
Yep. Okay, Bob. As it's your annual tradition to release your New Year's predictions, I'm going to jump in here and ask you some questions that have been on my mind, and I'm sure on the minds of other people here. First of all, what is going to happen in 2018 with our economy? Are things going to get better? What should we watch for?
Well, you know, and I'm not trying to depress anybody, but we're going to see a little bit of a sluggish economy here until we get to around May. Now, don't let that depress you, because things from May to the end of the year are really going to get much stronger. And I do see the stock market really picking up from May forward. We're also going to see commodities, particularly the metals market, grow. I really am predicting we're going to have another record-breaking year in the gold market this year. And if you're looking to invest in metals, I tell you, I would definitely keep an eye on gold and also on the metals titanium and platinum. This is where I'm seeing the most growth, you know, in terms of metal markets this year. I do, as I said, believe that the stock market's going to increase, and we're going to see jobs increase also. Now, from now till May, we will still see things grow, but it's going to be a slower growth. But really from that May forward, that's really going to launch the economy. And the second half of 2018 is really going to rock it. In fact, I think the growth will be so impressive that it will kind of make up for the slower growth of half of the year. So, you know, you will see a bounce back here. And that's why I'm telling people, you know, a lot of people have been writing me saying, Psyche Bob, you know, I'm hearing there's going to be more layoffs. I'm hearing this. I really am actually seeing a slowdown economically in layoffs and job reduction. And I think from May forward, it's going to do a reverse trend, and we're going to see a real strong second half of the year. So I encourage people, don't give in to despair. This year is going to get a lot stronger. But it's important to understand the timing. Somebody's upset.
All right, that's great to hear about the economy. Last year, Bob, you were shockingly accurate when you predicted the devastating earthquake in Mexico City. Are there any major world events happening in 2018, like any major disasters, wars, earth crisis events?
Well, you know, I have to tell you, I hate it when I'm accurate about these sort of predictions. But yes, I was accurate about the earthquake, about the timing and location of the earthquake in Mexico City. And for those who want to see my predictions, I'll show you can't see that. But this year, I tell you, I've got some things that came to me. I was meditating on this, and I really want to watch Central America this year. I feel like in the late spring, May, June, there may be some major seismic activity that occurs around Guatemala, along the western coast of Guatemala, that has me really concerned. So I would encourage scientists to pay close attention to any seismic activity in Guatemala, particularly on the western/southwestern sort of coastal area. I'm also getting around that time some concern around Peru as well. I feel that there may also be a major seismic activity in Peru and a major earthquake. Could also be a landslide as a result of that earthquake. That's an area I really want to keep an eye on, you know. I'm also watching, I've got my eye on Russia. I keep feeling that there's going to be a possible meteor strike in Russia. I feel it will hit a more rural area, so I don't see major population devastation, but I think it will be shocking, and it looks like it's on the border of Russia and Kazakhstan. So that's an area that I really want to keep an eye on this year. And, you know, with world events being as they about the political situation.
So,
Angela? Go ahead, Angela. Did you have a question?
oh, sorry, I had a little bit of a delay in the feed there. So, are you saying that there's asteroids going to hit our planet in 2018?
Yeah, I do feel there are going to be some asteroids that come. Well, let me clarify that. I don't think we're having any major asteroids, but I do believe we will have some meteors. Meteors are smaller than asteroids. They don't create as much devastation. Now, in terms of, you know, asteroids, as I said, no major asteroids are going to hit the Earth. But in areas I want to watch for meteors are Russia, particularly near that Kazakhstan area, the border of Russia and Kazakhstan. And also, I'm picking up a lot of stuff about the Caribbean this year, particularly around the Bahamas and Barbados. We might see a shower that lights up the sky. Fortunately, I don't see any major civilian damage or devastation, but I do feel it will be a little bit of a shock to the people of those regions, you know. And so that does have me a little bit concerned here, you know.
Oh my. Well, what about scientific breakthroughs? Will there be any of those coming up in 2018 we could look forward to or expect?
Yeah, well, you know, I have to tell you, well, before we get into that, there's one other area I want to just jump back on here around world events. A lot of people have been writing to me about, you know, military conflicts around the world. And I don't like to be doom and gloom, but I'm very concerned right now about the situation with North Korea.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel that there will be a major military action before March of this year. So let's all keep our fingers crossed. Let's say prayers and hope for the best. But I do believe the United States is going to do something in North Korea before March. I don't believe it will be a long conflict. I think it will be very quick, but it may be very dramatic and could be very devastating. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Wow. Well, what about UFOs, Bob? What should we watch for in 2018?
Well, you know, in terms of UFOs, there are some major cities. Let me tell you, this is going to be a big UFO year. Okay. Now, as many of you know, I've said over the next 2 years, we're going to have full scale disclosure. And I think 2018 is a big year leading up to that. I want to watch the cities of Beijing this year. I believe the Chinese are going to be surprised because they're going to be one of the major sighting areas, okay? I also want to watch London this year. I keep seeing a major show right over downtown London in broad daylight. And the other area I want to watch is Washington because do you remember back in 1952 when all the UFOs went over the Capitol? Well, we're going to have another event like that. And with these major sightings this year, this is really going to open up that conversation, you know, about is life out there? Are we being visited? And I'm telling you, keep an eye on NASA this year. I see another revelation coming out of NASA. They're going to bring up more and more evidence about the potential for a former civilization on Mars. Now, when you hear this, this is really all a sign that they're getting ready to say, we think that there's life currently on Mars. But they're going to couch it as we go through 2018 as we're getting evidence that there was an ancient civilization. And that's the one big step before they start to say, we think there is a current civilization on Mars, you know. But
Oh,
you know,
my.
the thing is with all this scientific development as well, you asked me earlier about scientific breakthroughs and I got distracted. This year, you know, what I'm seeing, and I think it's all going to flow together between the UFO revelations and then our scientific evolution this year. Because I do believe that some of our scientific breakthroughs are going to be guided by advanced technology. I want to particularly watch, if you're looking to invest in technical industries, I would definitely keep an eye on the robotics industry this year, and particularly anything dealing with artificial intelligence. I believe we're going to have major breakthroughs in artificial intelligence. And, you know, what you've been seeing so far is really only scratching the surface. It's going to be kind of shocking what they come out with this year. So I definitely, you want a good stock tip? Of course, I'm not a broker, but as a psychic, I'd say watch those two industries, okay? Now, also, I'm seeing a major cancer breakthrough here. It won't be till closer till the end of the year, around November, December, but I'm seeing a breakthrough here in leukemia research. And I feel that they're coming out with a new drug that will greatly improve the lives and bring healing to cancer patients, particularly in the area of leukemia. And I think this is going to go a long way towards cancer research. It's going to be a good year in that area. You see, so definitely keep an eye on all of that.
That's good to hear. That's really good to hear. Well, here's a hot topic, Bob. How about the upcoming royal wedding for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle? Is it going to be a good match? Do you see kids in their future? Or are there, God forbid, any crisis around the royal family?
But you know, first of all, God bless Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Wonderful couple. You know, this is a couple that has a soul connection. You know, we talk about that soul link. Well, these two have it. This is going to be a great marriage for them. I mean, of all the royal marriages, this is going to be like one that goes forever. It never ends. I don't see divorce in their future. In fact, they're going to have 3 children. A lot of people say, oh, they're going to have kids. Yeah, they're going to have 2 boys and 1 girl. And I see the first child will be a girl. And by the end of 2018, she's going to be a child. So it's going to be, you know, they'll get married and then that's going to happen very quickly. So, you know, I think the marriage, great match. They're soulmates, you know. And I rarely, as you know, lady, I rarely use that term. But
Yeah,
this is a
you don't
case
use
where
it.
absolutely. Now, you know, in terms of the rest of the royal family, I do see the queen staying on the throne this year. She will not abdicate and she's not going to die. Where I am a little concerned, again, don't everybody panic, but around March, I'm very concerned about Prince Philip, the queen's husband. I'm a little concerned. I'd like them to keep an eye on his respiratory tract. I feel that there will be a respiratory, possibly a lung infection or something in that area, and they need to watch that because if they don't keep an eye on it, it could become very serious for him. I don't predict death, but I do predict that he will end up in the hospital. I pray to God I'm wrong on that, but it's something that they impressed on me to bring up, okay?
Wow.
I'm also a little concerned about Prince Charles. And when we get into the summer months, June, July, I'm a little concerned. I see a motoring incident around him. I believe he'll be driving a car on one of his estates. I think it's at the Highgrove estate. And I'm a little concerned because I see an accident, a car accident. He may be injured in an accident. Not life-threatening, but it'll be a scare for him. So if Prince Charles sees this or anybody's connected to him, ask him to please be. I see this in an area. He's going down a row, like a street where there's a hedgerow. These high hedges that are along a lot of banks, and it creates blind spots, particularly going around curbs. I want Prince Charles to be very careful, particularly in the summertime. That's where I'm a little concerned. Again, I don't see death, so he'll be okay, but it's going to be a close call. Okay.
Oh, my.
But the royal family are going to continue, and I think we'll see the queen staying stable, and it's going to be a great royal wedding this year.
Well, what's the scoop on Hollywood? Do you see anything around any of our stars in Hollywood?
Oh my gosh, yes. Well, something that I'm predicting. Now, a lot of people are going to think I'm crazy, but time will show us out. Brad and Angelina Jolie are going to have a reunion. They're going to come back together. And in fact, I think they'll reaffirm their marriage vows. I don't think the divorce is going to be long, so to speak. So I see a reunion with those two. They've not worked out their karma, and they're not done. Even if they say they're over, they're not over. Okay. I also am seeing Oscar nomination coming this year for the movie The Darkest Hour. It's about Britain in World War II. Looks like a great film. Supposed to be out next week. I think that's going to get an Oscar award. I just see it around it. I'm literally seeing the director going up, some of the actors. There's going to be a lot of awards around that. Okay. In terms of concern, I am concerned about one star in Hollywood, and it's Jim Carrey. You guys may know who he is as a comedic actor, Jim Carrey. I feel that he's in danger this year. I feel that he has an issue around stalkers and that there may be harassment coming for him. He needs to increase his security because I do believe he's going to suffer. I keep seeing house break-ins. I see his car is being damaged. I see a lot of danger around him. And somebody's obsessively coming after him. And I do believe he's actually in danger. It's not just harassment, it's literally danger.
Oh,
So
wow.
if anybody has a connection with him, make sure to help him beef up his security. He's going to need it, okay? I see that as an ongoing issue throughout 2018. So it's not going to be over in just one day or so. That's what I'm worried about with Hollywood people. Now, interestingly, on a whole different note, I see some powerful movie roles coming also to a wonderful actress, Shirley Maclaine. You guys know I love Shirley Maclaine. And this is going to be a good year for Shirley Maclaine because she's going to be offered a few roles. I see her doing some movie work, and she may even be up for another Oscar award. So, Shirley Maclaine, go for it. You're going to rock it this year. Okay. Hollywood's got a lot of interesting people, a lot of fascinating stuff, but these are the things that I've been shown most recently for what's going on in Hollywood.
Well, can I be so bold as to ask, what do you see around me for 2018, Bob?
Well, Lady Angela, what a treat. I love to read for people. Well, let me tell you, I just want to step into your vibration here. Give me just a moment. Ooh, Lady Angela, you got a lot of gold light and purple light around you right now. Golden light indicates the energy of it's literally your time to shine. This is going to be a good year for you in terms of social life as well as business life. A lot of publicity around you. I do see your business growth, and I feel like you're also developing very strongly psychically this year. And you've got a lot of spirit people going on here around you. I want you to watch because they show me that the month of March is particularly powerful for you this year. And it looks like that's where all the energy really starts to grow. January and February for you may be a little bit of quiet months, but don't take that as that nothing good's happening. That's kind of like power building time. So it's a really great time for you to start planning. I keep seeing kind of your business expanding. Your Werewicca spells is going to branch into expanded areas, particularly with spellcraft, spell pages. And I see like readings around you. And I feel the spirit world is calling you into working with your psychic gifts as well. And so I'm going to encourage you, be open to the spirit's calling. When they call you, they never let go until you answer.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah, 2018 is a good year for you. I do want you to keep an eye on your blood pressure. I feel like you have some weird fluctuations going on there. Nothing severe, but just keep an eye on that. This year overall is a health year. You're going to be much stronger, though, this year. And I see, kind of an increase financially for you. And I see just overall general happiness for you. Definitely a social year, a lot more friends coming into your life. And I feel like this is going to be a year where you feel like stable. It's like I'm settled. The last few years for you have been a lot about people. I think you're done with that. And I see you now going into a place of where you're having a firm foundation, where you're really building for the future. And it's going
That's
to
great. Thank you, Bob.
be well.
Thank you again for sharing your annual predictions with us. They're always wonderful. You always fascinate me and everyone else who watches you. And really, everyone, you guys should all consider getting a private reading with Bob to start off your new year. You'll get a full hour with him, and it's so much more than what you just seen. This is just a little taste of what he gave me just now. A full hour with Bob. How could people contact you if they want to set up a private reading?
Well, sure. Well, if you want to reach me for a private reading, well, first of all, before I get into that, let me just explain what Angela says, right? What I did for her was just a little snippet. In a private reading, you've got, it's a full hour, you and me one-on-one. We're going to cover your past, your present, your future, your spirit guides, messages from deceased loved ones, your life themes, your karmic ties, all of that. And you can ask all of your questions as well. So we cover a lot. And those of you who've sat with me, you know. And Lady Angela, you've had a full hour with me as well, so you can
I've had
validate
a
that.
few of them. And the only thing I regretted was I hadn't found you sooner, because it was just so illuminating to my path. I laughed, I cried. It was just wonderful. And I really recommend everybody at least give it a go. And the sooner the better, because you will not regret it. How about you, Tony? You've had readings with Bob before, too.
Oh yeah. They've very enlightening, very accurate. I would definitely recommend doing it, people. It's a very fun time with Bob.
Well, thank you so much. By the way, Tony, I have a message for you as well. You've got a very tall elf spirit that's around you. And he keeps telling me, he said, I am with Tony. He is hearing me. So I don't know if you've been working with the Fae, but you're definitely getting some Fae connections this year. And I see a very strong psychic link with the Fae realm around you. And I want you to watch also, Tony, because as we get into around the June, beginning of summertime months, I feel like your psychic power is also increasing. This is going to be a very strong psychic year for you as well.
Well, that sounds good to know, because that would explain why the elf was visiting me the other night too in my dreams. So.
Okay, so you have been making contacts with them.
Oh yeah.
All right, well there you go. You see, the spirit people are amazing. They always show up and surprise us. We never know what's going to happen. I always tell people, and it's true, I get as much out of the readings as all of you do. So I didn't know if there were some people in the chat. Maybe we could answer some questions for people as well.
Let's see
and they
here.
can ask personal questions too this time.
Let me scroll back.
Oh, I can't see. I'm trying to look here myself.
Oh, Gab says he's off to bed, but his wife has asked him to wish you all a great new year, and he'll catch up with us soon. Thank you, Gab.
Oh, thank you, Gab. Blessings to you. Happy New Year. They already had New Year's in London. He's out of London. That's good. Oh, here's Vicky Gillen says, I'd love to know my future in 2018. Hi, Vicky. Good question. Well, hon, I got to tell you, this is a year of balance for you. It's a year of coming back to center. And I feel like from March forward, you're stepping also into your place of balance. And I want you to watch, because as we get into around April, it looks like there's some new financial opportunities coming for you. I believe there'll be an offer to work with somebody, maybe in a smaller business, but I see a potential partnership here around you in terms of work and finance. So definitely a money growth year.
Alexander York has a question regarding any chance of a relationship in their future. And I think that's good too for many of us that are trying to draw a relationship as well.
Yeah. I want you to watch here. I'm not picking up a lot of energy in that area till about May for you. But from May forward, this is where I'm seeing a lot of dating activity. And I feel like by the summer, you're moving into a stable, committed, and loving relationship. And interestingly, you meet this person at a rock concert.
Some people have asked if you see anything regarding the Illuminati in this next year.
Well, I hate to say it, but it's true. The Illuminati are a real force. They are trying to create havoc. I think they are still going to make waves to dominate the earth and create disruption. But this is why I say the power of the light is always stronger. And this is why I created Spirit Channel, because it allows people to find a place where they can raise their power. So I don't think they're going to take control, but I do think that they are going to make some waves. I had to say it. I feel Jim Carrey, the Illuminati, that may be directed what's behind his stalking. I hate to say it.
Yep.
Okay.
Will there be any revealing or anything else coming to light about targeted individuals? Will anything be coming into light about that in 2018?
Well, the targeting program really has expanded immensely. And I think that more and more people are coming forward. I'm so thankful I've come forward. I've been able to help come forward. It's just shocking how far it's going. But I think this year will be a year where there's going to be a lot of disclosure, and we may see a big step up in activity in terms of, fighting the stalking situations and the harassment of targeted individuals.
Gotcha. How about anything interesting taking place within the White House? Do you see anything interesting about that?
Well, Donald Trump is actually going to soar in popularity. I know people
Good.
don't believe that, but I've always said if people get out of the way, let him do his things, we'll be better for it. And I think 2018 is going to be a year where he has a chance to really focus more. He's had so many upheavals in
Good.
the cabinet, and I think it's time for some stability. And I think 2018, we're going to see a very strong, decisive president who's going to act on the behalf of the betterment of the country.
Matt B wants to thank you for your bravery with your gang stalking videos. That's very nice.
Thank you, Matt. I don't talk a lot about that because it's so ominous and dark, and I don't like to depress people, but it is a truth. I am a targeted individual, and I will not be silent.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Still digging back. We got a few more minutes. Tony, do you have any questions that pop into your mind?
Actually, no. You asked the question. I was thinking about myself. No. Well, actually, I have one. What do you think about the possibility of Trump visiting at the wedding, at the royal wedding?
Ooh.
I don't actually see him attending. There'll be somebody else they'll send to represent the U.S.
Okay.
That was
Pence
a good
may
one.
go, but I'm not seeing President go. No.
Ooh, someone mentioned WikiLeaks. Do you see anything new possibly popping up in 2018 in the WikiLeaks?
I haven't received anything about that, but I'm glad that they're there, and I think they do a great service to reveal the truth of what's going on.
Maria Zarati, she's been asking some questions. Do you see love in 2018 for her?
Maria, I do feel like you're ready for a relationship. And I feel like it's going to be around July of this year that you meet somebody. And what's interesting is this person has a connection to, what's that game? Ping pong, like table tennis? Like I feel like you meet them and it's like a recreation center and they're interested in playing ping pong or tennis. But it's more like table tennis. But I think this summer you're meeting somebody special. So definitely go to some community centers. That's where the connection is.
Let's see. Some people want to know if you think that Obama will be invited by Harry to the wedding.
Yeah, I'm not answering any more political questions.
Okay.
But I do want to answer investigative journalist. Bob says, Bob, what does my 2018 look like? Hi, investigative journalist. Thank you. That's a great question. Well, I have to tell you, this year for you is a pretty strong year. One of the things that they show me around you is that this last year, you went through a kind of a struggle in the emotional area. And I feel like you're getting stronger. And this year for you is about feeling confident and going out and putting your best foot forward. I do feel like this year you're making a lot more friendships, and I feel like they lead to business contacts as well. So definitely be on the social scene. You're going to rock it. Oh, there's one from Evelyn. Any news for Europe? Hi, Evelyn. Good to see you. Yes. In terms of Europe, I feel like Europe also is going to have a stronger economy this year. I feel like England is going to lead the way. And I feel like even if Brexit occurs, it's not going to hurt Europe. I feel like Europe as a whole, the rest of it stays strong. Germany looks like it's going to have one of its better years this year. And I don't see any wars in Europe, thank God. So there'll be relative peace there. I am a little concerned about the migrant crisis issue. I do feel we may see another influx of that as we get into like the spring months. But I think that Europe is going to start to have a sense of balancing out in a sense of moving forward with a unified front.
Is it Isileo Williams asked a great question. Is a cosmic event coming up sometime around this year, 2018, or energy waking up humanity consciousness?
Wonderful question. Yes, 2018 is going to be an awakening. Now, well, let me just clarify this with saying, back in 2012, when everybody thought it was the end of the year, I said 2012 be the year of awakening. We are still experiencing that awakening. And I do believe that this year, with the UFO sightings, there are going to be a lot of people having that aha moment where they realize that there's a greater force in the universe besides ourselves. And I think a lot of people this year, because of the alien presences that will be clearly on the earth and being revealed in the skies, are really going to come into a kind of their own spiritual awakening. So yes, it's going to be a good year for spiritual awakening. But I do think it's all tied to the alien connection. As many of you know, I've said for a long time that our life was started messages. And so I do believe we're going to see an increase in telepathic matter, and it will point to the connection, this body, mind, spirit connection that we share with the other beings of the cosmos.
This is all so exciting, Bob. You're just so right on it with your predictions. You are. It blew me away with the Mexico City accuracy of that one. And here we are again, and you've really been generous with the predictions you've offered us tonight. I wanted to thank you for that personally and for everybody.
Well, thank you so very much. By the way, I saw another question real quickly. Queen Nadine asked me what were her spiritual gifts were. And I meant to get to you, darling. Listen, Queen Nadine, around you, I get a lot of clairvoyant gifts. And I feel like there's a connection with tarot, like you might read tarot cards. But I see like you going beyond tarot, as if like the cards. Oh, there goes my light. Whenever I'm channeling, the lights blow out. But I see you going this year into more direct visions through your gifts of vision. So that's where your power is.
Mm-hmm. Bob McAllister asks, how can I get stronger when he feels like weak and like it's keeping him down? What's something we can do to empower ourselves?
Wonderful question. Hi, Bob. Good to hear from you. When we talk about strength, we have to look at it from three places: body, mind, and spirit. And if we don't address all three, we're only half healed. Particularly around you, I feel like your sleep cycle's been off. And so I want you to make an effort to try to set a regular bedtime. I feel like if you can get the right balance of sleep, this is also strengthening your body. Pick up around you a little bit of imbalance in the sugar levels. I feel like your diet's been a little irregular. So you want to work on your diet. This is your body energy between your diet and your sleep. That's going to help your body. In terms of your mind, Bob, I keep seeing books around you, but I feel like they're sitting unread. And I think it's a wonderful time to stimulate that mind through reading. Reading's a wonderful way to activate the mind. And in terms of the spirit, pick up around you a deep and I think you want that by literally practicing meditation and raising your energy. I teach a wonderful meditation in my readings, which we bring the light from the top of our head all the way down to our feet. Wonderful practice for you. And that would help balance your spirit. So if you can do these three areas, you're going to see an increase in your overall energy.
Excellent. Mama Bird has asked, will her daughter come home? Do you show that? She comes home in 2018.
Yeah, it's not going to be till about July though. But I do see her return, and I see healing in that relationship. She has to come to a place of literally her own awakening. Right now, she's in her own thought that she knows the best way, and she's being hostile. But in the summertime, she realizes that she needs mom, and she needs to, learn some lessons still. And so when she comes, welcome her with open arms. She comes with a place of humility and true respect and love at that time.
Pam Sanford is hoping to find happiness in 2018. Do you see improvement for her in this coming year?
Hi, Pam. Yes, I do, darling. It's interesting because they keep showing me the last 2 years for you have literally been hell. And I feel like you're coming out of that hell situation. 2018 shows calm. It's like I feel like the chaotic energies around you are kind of pulling back now. And I do see peace, first of all, and then I see stability because I feel like you haven't had a sense of like rest or a stable home environment. And I think this year you get the finances in order that brings the stability in the home. And I feel like a lot of the people that have been disruptive around you are no longer in your life. So it's going to be a better 2018 for you. Yes.
You're so spot on and detailed in all your responses, Bob. You're just great. Dawn Chance is hoping to hear if you see if her husband's going to be getting a job in the coming year.
Yeah, but tell him that it's not going to be until around April time frame. But he's really good at working with his hands. I feel like he needs to do something where he's more directly working with his hands, because I feel like if you just put him in a back office, he'd be bored. He needs to have a job where he's more active, like creating something, building something, even like working with computers, like repairing computers or building websites. But he needs to be engaged. Just sitting in an office looking at numbers won't work for him. But yeah, it'll be around April.
You've been so generous tonight, Bob, with your predictions. You're just awesome.
Well, thank you.
Admire you, and you just blow me away.
I can't believe our whole hour has gone. And guess what? It's now midnight. It's 12:01.
Woo!
Happy New Year! Ooh, should I sing tonight?
Woo!
Oh, on the radio. Whoa. Happy New Year, guys. Well, for those of you in England that are watching in Europe, it's already New Year's. Those of you on the West Coast, you got a few hours. But for those of you here on the East Coast, Happy New Year. And I hope wherever you are, you're having a very blessed and very happy New Year. I want to tell all of you, this year, go forward with confidence. If you work with the spirit people, and people are going to say, well, Bob, how do I work with the spirit people? It's real simple. You sit down, you ask them to help you. So now it's a new year. Make a resolution. Focus on your spiritual life. And you don't have to do it alone. Spirit people's help. So ask your angels, ask your guides. You might say, I don't know who my angel or guide is. Well, if you don't know, just sit and ask them to reveal themselves. You may be getting a name. Don't worry if it's right or wrong. Use the name they give you. Get a different name, but start with what they give you. And, if you have the inclination and the time and the interest, you might want to invest in a private reading, because it's a wonderful way to start off your new year as well. But even if you don't want to do a reading, I tell people you don't always have to have a psychic to get in touch with your spiritual self. It starts with just a little bit of effort, doesn't it, Lady Angela?
Yes, but I recommend they get a reading, because you will really, really just bring it all out and just show it to them so much clearer and set the path. And it's priceless. I mean, you really want to do it. And what better way to start off your new year, everybody? I mean, really, check it out. Go to his website, robert-hickman.com, and really seriously think about getting a reading. Good.
Well, guys, and listen, also, for those of you who are starting on the Wiccan path, I would encourage you to please visit Lady Angela's shop as well. RareWiccaSpells.com. The link will be in the box below. She has so much stuff at her shop. You can get books of shadows, custom made like this. She has spell pages. Maybe you don't want to buy a whole book, but you want just a little spell to work on. She sells spell pages, sells jewelry, crystals. Tell us, Lady Angela, what all you got at your shop?
Oh, geez, I have everything. It's all pagan and witchcraft ritual supplies. It's just lots of really cool witchy stuff.
You got incense, you got jewelry, you got ritual
candles,
tools, all of it.
smudge sticks, bowls, jewelry, home decor like tapestries, wind chimes. There's just, I have over 5,000 different items there in like over 100 categories. So check it out and use coupon code Spirit Channel when you check out to save 10% on every purchase.
Absolutely. And, you know, if you want a luxurious crafted ritual tool, you might also want to check Lord Tony. Because, Tony, are you going to take orders for wands, custom-made wands this year?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. If people want them, I'll take them.
All right. Now, how do people get in touch with you, Lord Tony? What's the best way? For your email?
Boy. They can still reach me at helliandarkmoon@live.com.
Okay. We'll put the link in the box below for that then.
Good deal.
And I'll put that link down below as well.
Awesome. Thank you so very much. See, guys, you can start your new year with the spiritual focus. And if you do that through investing in your time, yourself, through meditation, through prayer, through ritual, and using the tools that are available, that we make available, you can start your year in the best way and you'll be blessed. You really will.
Thank you
guys,
so
I
much,
want to
Lord.
thank you so much. Lord Tony, Lady Angela, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. We've all had a good time. And I want to thank all of you for joining us wherever you are in the world. Blessings, for a truly blessed and happy new year.
Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks for being here. Happy New Year, Tony. Happy New Year, Bob.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Lord Tony. Well, guys, we're signing off. We'll be back here tomorrow. What's tomorrow, ladies? Monday. Oh, I have to do horoscopes tomorrow. Well, tune in tomorrow, and we're going to have everybody's horoscopes. Everybody that watches the video will get a horoscope. I go through all 12 zodiac signs, and we'll have that tomorrow. So you be here at Spirit Channel. You don't want to miss it. I love you guys. Sending you blessings for happy new year. Be safe. Keep it calm. Don't get out of control. You don't want to be hungover and drunk in a jail cell. So keep it safe, tuned to the higher self, and you're going to rock it. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Until then, may you always blessed be.